Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Good evening everybody, hello and welcome to the Fife Circle with Enhancement Pack. This stream will be starting in 7 minutes time, that's 20:30 by the station clock, starting in 7 minutes. Please have your drinks and light refreshments ready. Hello, good evening and welcome once again to the Fife Circle with Enhancement Pack. This stream will be starting in about 4 minutes, that's 20:30 by the station clock. Please have your drinks and light refreshments, tea and biscuits and all that sort of thing ready to go. Starting.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes. Is a safety announcement. It is not permitted to cycle, skateboard, or rollerblade within the station building.
Then, my name is Richard, and I'm a mainline freight train driver and a former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. This is my wife Danny. This is my lovely son Sammy, who doesn't want to go to bed. Those of you who watched my videos before will know Sammy's non-verbal autistic, and we're having a few issues around bedtime at the moment, but he'll probably be taking a seat in a few moments and watching me play some train sim. He's making lots of noise in the background, but we'll be alright. What we'll do, if he keeps making too much noise, we'll turn the microphone off. Anyway, guys, great to have you. Who have we got? CJ94 Railway, Laserjet, Sussex Rail Enthusiast, Vince, RT on the moderating, Pig and Bob SJA, RAF Spotter, Laserjet Overshoots. Thank you very much. We have my other son Joshua bringing me tea. No tea, no train. That is the rule. Great to have so many of you in tonight. So today we are doing the Fife Circle once again. I know we've done Fife Circle to death, but this is Fife Circle with the Community Mod Enhancement Pack. Now, I'm very sorry if you are a console player. This is a bit like Bullseye, as someone said in the chat earlier. This is what you could have won scenario, unfortunately. This is only available on PC. So first of all, I'm going to shout out Bescot, Jetwash and Rob S, who have done some great work creating this mod, and if you want to download it, I have left a link to it in the description below. So before we jump into the stream, and as always, I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions expressed within are solely my own, may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Right, we are going to jump in. I'm going to temporarily turn my microphone off while we jump in. I'm going to do active muting to cut the background noise. Right, okay, timetable. I've done this completely the wrong way. There we go. Choose a route. Edinburgh, Fife Circle. Timetable 170. We've also got some improvements to the 170 that we'll go through as well as we go along. So we're going to do a run up the probably the south side of the line. Let's have a little look. Edinburgh, Waverley, Dundee. No, that won't quite do it. Edinburgh, Waverley to Perth, 15:36. That'll be the one. Let's take that one out for a spin. We'll keep dynamic weather turned on. So some of the improvements that we have now got in game, and I'm aware I haven't put the game up, some of the improvements we've now got in game are improved foliage. We've got some better ground textures. Track ballast is one of the things that's been improved in this mod as well. And we've also got some sound mods on the 170. So there's a few little bits and bobs in here, but it does make the route look a whole lot better. So, without further ado, let's press the buttons. Got our announcements.
Calling out. Haymarket, South Gyle, Edinburgh Gateway, Inverkeithing, Aberdour, Burnt Island, Kinghorn, Kirkcaldy, Markinch. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police.
Okay, so we are all set up, safety systems on. I am actively riding the mute button for the next few minutes. GSMR is set. Hopefully the game audio is okay. Let me know if you want that up or down, guys. CJ94, nice mug there. Thank you very much. My Tunbridge Depot mug. Okay, unlock doors. Unlocking doors on the right. Let's get into that. Yes, I do apologise if you're just joining us. Sammy is non-verbal autistic, and we're having a few issues around bedtime with him at the moment. I think he's slowly going up, so I apologise for all the background noise. Absolutely loving a cat on a trampoline. Oh, the cats love the trampoline. I love the trampoline. Everybody loves the trampoline. Everybody loves the trampoline. Even great to have the season. Yes, really good that the RHTT and the SIT season is now over. We're on our summer roster at work, so I get a little bit more time to do some streams and bits and bobs and some videos. I'm currently editing a driver's eye view video at the moment, from Hayward Heath up to Willesden, so that should be out in the next week or so. Yeah, busy. Model railway content to come as well. Right, we are waiting until 15:38 for departure. Typical Nathan Trains has become a member, and Vince has gifted one member. Thank you very much. Vince has gifted 2 Typical Nathan Trains. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. Right, lock doors. Okay, here we go. You can instantly see that track ballast is looking much better. And we're off to Haymarket. So that is your first sound mod. Rather than having that horrible beep, we've now got a buzzer. And the volume level in the cab is now significantly louder as well. Now, these trains are very quiet in real life, as I've mentioned. Let's take my DRA out, that might help. As I've mentioned in previous streams, these are very quiet in real life. So the fact the engine noises have been increased in the cab has probably made it a bit more unrealistic. But it's kind of that whole thing, you know, sound is very subjective. What do you want from the game? What do you want to be able to hear? I like it, though. I like it. Hey, Leo's Trains, how you doing? Great to have you here. So we're going to take this service up to McInch. That's probably going to be the extent of what we do in this stream today. However, I have promised, and it's probably going to be the last time we do the Fife Circle for a while, because I have done it to death. I have promised to do Steam on the Fife Circle at some point as well, so we definitely need to jump in and do that. So that's one of your other sound mods. As you go into the tunnel, the engine noise has changed. And as we come out again, so that's something that wasn't featured in the original version of the route. So you've got some sort of nice tunnel sounds, which I'm definitely all for. Typical Nathan, yeah, this is a McInch service that we are driving. Edinburgh Waverley to Perth. I've got God mode installed, so it's zooming out for me. All the way up to McInch. So we are going to be having all of our usual features tonight. We're going to be playing Locomotive Livery Location as we go along, and jumping in and out of the Discord server. Josh, can the 170 couple with the 150? I don't believe it can. I believe there is an issue with the 150, and I know a few people have logged that, and quite a few people want that to be fixed, myself included. But yeah, I believe at the moment it doesn't work. Someone else in the chat might know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it doesn't work. Right, we're good for 35. Let's get this thing going. Next stop, Haymarket. So you may have noticed I spoke about the fact the engine noises are a bit louder, the announcements are a bit quieter, and you've now got a proper bing bong rather than the chime you had previously. So the chime is now a 170 chime. Richard, do you think the 158 will release in time for the Leven line opening? I've no idea. It'd be good if it does, though. Good if it does. I am definitely a fan of the louder noises in the tunnel. That's very realistic. When you're going through tunnels, it is quite noisy in the cab, and in the trainers, even in the passenger saloon. So I'm pleased that they've put that in. That is a really positive improvement. And the track ballast textures do look much better. And we are free for the free here at Haymarket. Now, have we got the full route announcements when we come to a stand? They weren't in the original route. I don't know if they're part of this enhancement pack or not, but we will soon find out. And that is free just past the free, but it's on the platform, so we will absolutely take it. Unlocking doors on the left. So one of the big improvements on this as we go forward, we're going to notice that a lot of the foliage has been updated. So the foliage is now up to Train Sim World 4 standards. A lot of the textures have now been improved as well. You can sort of see over on the right hand side here. You'll see as we go along a bit better, but it does make the route look so much nicer. There is a signalling irregularity on the end of the platform here at Haymarket. We've got a subsidiary signal that is lit, and we've also got a main aspect that's lit. That would be a signalling irregularity, because this signal here is telling us, is saying to us green, the line ahead is clear. This signal aspect here is telling us proceed as far as the line is clear, being prepared to stop short of any obstructions and obeying all other signals. So that is definitely a signalling irregularity. Right, we are off South Gyle in 3.2 miles. Typical Nathan, Richard, you know the Edinburgh-Glasgow line is fully modelled in this DLC and there is planning to merge the two timetables together. Yes, typical Nathan, I've read about that. So the Edinburgh, if you own the Edinburgh-Glasgow and the Fife Circle there, the DLC, the enhancement pack, will merge both routes together, so you'll be able to play both routes as part of the same timetable. So you'll be able to jump off at Haymarket, then jump on a Glasgow service, which is really good. I'm definitely here for that. Leo Lowe says we should call the signaller. We probably should, you know. Signalling irregularity like that. Right, let's get it going. I think it's time for our first round of this one.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay, so post those numbers in the chat between 1 and 25, please. If you've not seen this game before, you will soon get the hang of it. It's our first round of Locomotive Livery Location as we come past Haymarket Depot. One of the videos or streams I'd done earlier, I had a ScotRail driver comment on this, saying that the modelling on the train is really good. Saying if you're on a good 170, just before you get to the curve, you'd typically be doing 75 miles an hour, which is what you're doing in game. So in terms of acceleration, it's pretty good going. Okay guys, Locomotive Livery Location. Third number on my screen is Sussex Rail Enthusiast, number 54.
Let's play
54?
Locomotive Livery Location.
54? 54 is not a number in game, Sussex Rail Enthusiast. I do apologise. Scottish Numpty, you take it then. Number 3. Here's how it's going to work, guys. I'm going to give you box number 3. 10 seconds for the Locomotive Livery Location if you can. Oh, too easy. You can get it all from that one box. We might as well go home now. Too easy, too easy. Good pull. What are you reckoning? Josh wished the 170 had the right announcements. There are copyright issues with announcements and stuff like that, Josh, so I think that's sort of why they've chosen to make their own up. Sausage Round Enthusiast, I meant 5. We should have gone with 5. It would have been a longer game. Daniel DeVlogs Gamer 37, Pig and Bob 37, JYY 37, Josh 37, Jazel 37, Nick Hower 37, Blob Clovis 37, Laserjet's going 37 Rogs. Any advance on a 37? Could be a Deltic. Just saying. Could be a 40 whatever it is. Just saying. Who knows? And then the way I've been driving the route is shut off here at 75. And then we want to start braking. There's a bridge just around the corner here. If we start braking, brake step 1 at that bridge, that brings us in more or less where we want to be. Is it brake step 1 or brake step 2? Might be brake step 2. We'll find out in a minute. Sausage Round Enthusiast has gone at class 37 Tunbridge.
We'll soon arrive at South Gyle.
South Gyle.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Yeah, definitely wasn't brake step 1 at the bridge. That doesn't work at all. First station stop, second station stop, might be tea and biscuits here. You can see on the banks there though that improved foliage. It is much, much nicer. And we are coming in, looking for that free come up. We're going to overshoot it. Oh, everyone's spilling their tea. Do not do brake step 1 at the bridge, it doesn't work. But you did hear the nice ping ping on the announcement. Sammy's come to watch the stream now. He's sitting here with me. He's come to watch trains. Right, we are locking the doors. We're doing an outside pull away. We are off to Edinburgh Gateway, which is not very far at all. We are off. Sammy is dragging my wife up the stairs, so it looks like he's going to bed now. No, he's come back again. Oh, he's got his bottle. He's come back, he's got his bottle, and he's off again. Richard, I'm a random Hibs fan, says Scottish Numpty.
We'll soon arrive at Edinburgh Gateway.
I am a fan of the updated announcements as part of the
Don't forget
mod.
to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
So you've got the new chime sound, and the space between the chime and the announcement has been reduced a lot as well, so it does sound much better. Joshua, what's best for you, Goblin or Fife? Two completely different routes, Joshua. In terms of quality, Goblin is definitely the better quality route. It really, really depends on what you want from the route. I like both, but Goblin is definitely the better quality route. As we pull into Edinburgh Gateway. My driving is absolutely terrible here. You wouldn't believe they let me do this in real life. Where are we? Free. Oh. Monica, what is the GSMR saying? Let's have a little look down there. Just says test okay at the moment. Yeah, not much functionality on that at all. Not much functionality, which is a real shame. And we're locking doors. Mike Allen, good evening. Mod update looks and sounds great. Shame I'm on the Xbox. CJ94 clearly prefer a brake handle. Yes. Right, we are off. Not using my hill start button. Naughty, naughty. Nobody saw that, right? And the fog's coming in. Dynamic weather doing its thing there. Hopefully once we get across the bridge, the fog will clear up a little bit. So there have been a few improvements around the airport area here. We've got this nice palisade fencing, and you've got the nice security fencing, because the airport area did look really, really bad. So this has been updated quite a lot. Typical Nathan, I thought River said the 170 would have functioning GSMR. No, ignore the bushes in the track there. Marissa, so they have to get everything licensed. They have a license to use the ScotRail logo and the ScotRail branding. I'm not sure about the announcement, so that could be a separate license. So yeah, we've got this nice security fencing over on the airport side. It still looks a bit bland sort of in the distance, not that we can see it particularly well, but from what we can see cab-wise, it does look a lot better. Right, we're off to Inverkeithing Platform 2. I'm getting better at these pronunciations. CJ, yeah, I've got no straight air brake as well. That's why I'm rolling back. It is a shame that you can't get these mods on console, because they do add so much to the game. And it's a shame the people that are making these mods, I don't know why they can't work with the devs and actually get them in game as genuinely part of the game. Because this one, for example, simply by changing the textures and the foliage, it brings the route up to a really good standard. It definitely does. Hey, Matt Piket, sorry. Matt Piket. I'm saying I'm really butchering your name, I do apologise. Hi Richard, hope you're well. I'm starting as a trainee driver on the 15th of April and will eventually drive 170s in real life. Fantastic. Wishing you all the best for that, my friend. Typical Nathan, this DLC needs the 158. A lot of services are missing. Yes, so 158 is coming. That's going to be a separate add-on train that you're going to be able to buy. Obviously, we've got the 158 in the Midland Mainline add-on, but we are going to have the 158, the ScotRail 158, which is coming soon. Right, I want to see if the Train Guy, we will have a look in the Discord in just a second. I want to see if the sounds, once we get above 80 miles an hour, are still terrible, or whether that has been modded, because there were some nasty sounds going on. Matty Piket, sorry. Did I get it right that time? We have got an 80 coming up. I don't know if we're going to get over 80 on this uphill gradient here. Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad as we're picking up speed. I'm going to have to drop it down a bit now because we are speeding. And we've got a 50 coming up. But yeah, I was aware that without the sound mod on, once you get above 80 miles an hour on the 170, there's a horrible whining noise. Anyone who saw my Southern refuelling video up to Selhurst live stream that we done a couple of weeks ago will know that we were purposely driving trains slower because the noise was so irritating. Monty Burns Gaming, electric trains are just generally more efficient. There's just more power available. Same reason electric cars tend to be a lot quicker than diesel cars or petrol cars. York, would I buy this route over the London Overground one? Oh, it's so subjective and so difficult to say, because it really does depend on what you want from the route. If you want the shorter metro style route with the 710, then go for the London Overground. If you want something that's a bit more longer distance where you can get a bit more speed up, you've got a bit of distance between the stations, then go for this one. But in terms of sort of route quality, the Suffragette, the London Overground line, is the better quality route. But in terms of playability, that's just really going to depend on what you want from the route. So it's not fair for me to say I would pick one over the other. Forth Bridge is definitely the star of the show here. Beautiful modelling. It's a shame we can't zoom far enough out to appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just going to call you Matt. As Matt says there, instant torque with electric motors. Yeah, Monty Burns, electric cars are way faster than petrol and diesel. Dynamic weather has suddenly cleared up, all of a sudden, just like that. That's as far out as we can get in free cam, but what a beautiful bit of engineering. I'm going to Edinburgh in a few weeks. Well, I say a few weeks, a couple of months. I wonder if I can convince my lovely wife for a trip over the Forth Bridge. Is that alright, honey? Can we go for a ride over this bridge? No, she's scared of heights. Sussex Crown enthusiast. Electric cars are faster until they catch fire.
Emotional damage.
It's true though. Right, 30 over 50 as we come through. Is this down many, this one, or South Gyle? I really need to do a bit of route learning. Inverkeithing's our next one, 1.5 miles. I tell you what.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Geordie, currently training to be a driver with Great Western Railway. A lot of your videos have assisted me along the way so far, so much. Thank you. Geordie, that's really good to hear. Yeah, it's really satisfying to know that the videos are helping people, so thank you very much. And all the best with your driving. Right, we are 1.2 miles out of Inverkeithing. Jaisal Tanner, number 8. I reckon we can do that before we get there.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Here you go, number 8, 10 seconds. Locomotive Livery Location if you can. I think the locomotive on this one is a dead cert. But have we got a consensus on what the... Have we got a consensus on what the location may be? I don't think we've got any ideas yet. Joseph says Defo at 37. Monica Colas 37.
We'll soon arrive at Inverkeithing. Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
The Pete W, do go to South Queensferry if you visit. I live in Edinburgh and the town's views are still the highlight of the area. So the plan for us, it's only a weekend away. We're going to be flying up to Glasgow, spending the night in Glasgow. Then we're doing a rail tour from Motherwell to York, back to Motherwell, staying overnight in Motherwell, then getting the train to Edinburgh, having a day out in Edinburgh, and then flying back. So it's really annoying because for me and I don't get, as a freight driver, I unfortunately don't get any sort of free rail travel or discount. And for me and my wife to go from where we live to Glasgow, return, we're looking at nearly £400. For us to fly it, it's 120. And there's your problem. There is your problem. You're trying to sort of have a green agenda and attract people onto rail, and you look at the pricing like that, and you're like, it's not sustainable. Scottish Numpty, I've been to Glasgow once before. It wasn't too bad. I didn't think it was too bad. To all the trainee drivers in the stream, this is not an example of how to drive a train. Do not pay any attention. Richard, you're going on the 385. It's not a railway trip, to be completely honest with you. It's kind of a couple of days away with the wife, so won't be a great deal of train spotting. Leo, that's public fare. As a freight driver, I don't get any priv at all. I have to pay the full fare, unfortunately. Jack, the money is better spent on your model railway. Acura Scale have just relieved me of enough money recently, with the 66s having just come in the country, and a rake of West Coast Railway Mark IIs as well. So, but yeah, the money would be better spent on my model railway. Let's see what the wife thinks of that. We're not going to Scotland. I'm going to spend the mod. She stuck one of her fingers in the air. I'll let you decide which one. As this is a family-friendly stream. Monica, Richard, what threshold of horn can you use for train spotter before you get in trouble? So there's no rule that says we can or can't. Technically, we probably shouldn't be blowing our horn for train spotters. I do, and I know a lot of other drivers do. You're only supposed to sound your horn in very specific circumstances, which is at whistle boards, when you see people are about the track, when performing wrong direction manoeuvres. There's a module of the rulebook as to when you're supposed to sound your horn and how you're supposed to sound it. But there is a clause in the rulebook that says the driver may sound the horn whenever they deem it necessary. So that is my get out of jail free card. If I see someone, they were standing near the track, I was getting, driver deemed it necessary. That's my get out of jail free card on that one. Northern Princess Productions, definitely her thumb. I don't think it was her thumb. There were two fingers that time. One of them wasn't her thumb. The Central Trains finger, Sir Jake. Yes. That used to be one of my favourite liveries, Central Trains, back in the day. One of my first ever model railways was actually, the station was Central Trains livery. That blue and green. Blue and green? Blue and green sounds about right. Right, we're off to Aberdour. Pronunciations. Platform 2, 3.5 miles. Deborah, can we look in the Discord? Yeah, a couple of people have asked and I have neglected to do that. Great, the train guy did ask as well. There we go. Roblox, Romney Hive and Dimchurch Railway. I might go there tomorrow. And we've got one of Northern Princess Productions scenarios in the top right, a Royal Mouse scenario, which we are going to be running on the channel. And that looks like Sussex Rail Enthusiast has been posting some ships down at Shoreham. And if you want to post anything on a Discord server, you can do. Invitation link down in the description below. You'll find us in the live stream pictures page. Is that the excuse at Voltaire Road? We're not stopping here. That's gone straight over my head, Connor. Monica, we've done GC. Please. Oh, I'm with you about the horns. Yeah. It's all right, Connor, because I get on quite well with. I won't mention names in the stream, but I get on quite well with the guy who gets all the complaints. So within the company. So you know. Right, 2.2 miles. I think it'd be quite useful to have a side-by-side comparison as to what the route looked like pre-update and what it looks like now. It definitely, in my opinion, it definitely looks better. Just the kind of track textures, the ballast textures and the foliage just looks a little bit better. Although some of the foliage here does still look a bit Train Sim World 2-y, so seems to be having rendering issues as well at the moment. You can sort of see in the field there as stuff renders in not quite right. That could be that I haven't got the mod set up. You can see sort of down here in the in the cess, things are sort of rendering in, the grass is rendering in. Not sure what's going on with that exactly. That doesn't look particularly good. That could be that's probably a mod issue, not a root issue. Or it could be that I've missed one of the settings in the mod file that I need to fix. I'll have to look into that, because the fact this grass keeps sort of randomly spawning in as we're driving along is a little bit, it's off-putting, to say the least. Do I hear a puppy? Not in this house, no. That's probably my son Tommy you can hear. I thought I was in break 2 then. I'm still got power in, haven't I? Hey, Barry Daniel, new subscriber. Great to have you here.
We'll soon arrive at Aberdour.
Aberdour.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
It does sound like to me, where she's going, don't forget to take your belongings with you. It sounds to me like she's almost laughing where she says that. Don't forget to take your belongings. Listen to it at the next station. Oh, the downhill gradient really caught me out there. 0.7, 0.8% downhill gradient. This has got to be the worst drive I've done in a long time. It's on the S though. Doors on the left. The Peak W was at Aberdour station recently. The gap on the platform for trains heading to Edinburgh is quite something due to the platform curve. Mind the gap, stand clear of the doors please. Absolutely. Barry Daniel, hello, been enjoying your videos. What's the thoughts on the cost of these add-ons? I don't tend to comment too much on cost, Barry, because there's two ways of looking at it. The first way of looking at it is devs have got to eat. You know, they've got to be paid for their work, and I think it's very subjective. I think it's up to individuals to decide whether they think it's worth it or not. If people don't buy it, then ultimately the cost has got to come down. But all the time people are paying it, you know, the cost is going to go up. But the cost of absolutely everything's gone up. So, you know, I don't like to get too involved in the whole kind of cost debate, because devs do put work into it. Whether you know, and it's they sort of charge the price that they think people are willing to pay, and at the end of the day, no one's being forced to pay it. It's up to you whether you want to pay it or not. So yeah, I can see why some people say it's overpriced, and I'm not going to get too bogged down in that. I've sort of given my opinions on that in the past, but yeah, devs have got to eat. But then the flip side of that is, if devs have got to eat and they're charging a pretty price for it, you should have a pretty product, and sometimes the products are substandard. So, yeah. Concord 9289, good evening. Laserjet. It was on the platform. It was on the platform. No, that's all right, Barry. I'm always happy to sort of, you know, give my input on it. But I think cost is really subjective. You know, if you've got a lot of money, you'll say Ferrari. If you're a millionaire, Ferrari's not that expensive. You know, that kind of thing, isn't it? Some people shop in Audi, some people shop in Waitrose. I'm somewhere in the middle. So it's really, really subjective. It is really subjective. Burnt Island, 1.8 miles. We're on quite a steep downhill. We'll try not to overshoot this. I like the kind of tree stumps that I've seen sticking out in places where trees have been cut down. That's a nice look. But yeah, the way stuff's rendering in, it's actually really bugging me. Yeah, Craig makes a good point as well. Eventually all these routes do go on sale, so you know, if you're not happy paying what's being asked for at release, then just wait for it to go on sale. Sometimes you can pick these DLCs up for like 4 or 5 quid when they're on sale. So someone said not this DLC. Okay, 0.9 miles. Let's get some braking. Let's see if we can do have a little bit of a better stop, because the driving has been absolutely atrocious on this stream. And like I say, you would find it hard to believe that they let me do this in real life. But to be fair to me, when I do it in real life, I don't normally have a young Sammy running around behind me, and I don't normally have a chat going on. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Agent B7 donated $5. Thank you very much, my friend. I kept the speedo in the HUD because of the accelerometer. In real life, you can feel the G-forces, but in-game you don't, so it sort of helps with realism. I've said that quite often. It's actually probably easier to drive in real life.
We'll soon
Listen for the
arrive
laugh.
at Bird Island. Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Just me? Yeah, no, I've said that before, Agent B7. In some respects, it's probably easier to drive in real life than what it is to drive in game because of that, because you don't have that sense of inertia. You can't feel whether you're slowing down or whether you're speeding up. So, yeah, I can definitely see why you would do that. I love the look of the harbour and the port here. I think it's about wanting to risk a Nebworth. I think it's really nice. Are we going to get somewhere near the free car mark? Okay, well we've grown by 2 carriages. We're now a 5 car. We identify as a 5 car for the purposes of this stream. Connor Eaton, I can testify to them allowing you to do this in real life. The chat under green signals though is always good. Yeah, Connor, you can. Please confirm to the chat that I am much better in real life than I am in game. I mean, it'd be hard to be any worse, wouldn't it? RT says there, I definitely found it easier to drive for real compared to Train Sim World and the training sims. Confirming what I'm saying there. Dark Sparks, do you ever think trains will become fully automated? I absolutely do. Yeah, I think one day it will happen. I don't think we're anywhere close to it now. I think what we're going to see over the next few years, or next maybe 15, 20 years, is pockets of automation. But I don't think we're going to see a fully automated railway for a good few years yet. But I think we're going to see pockets of automation like the Thameslink core, Crossrail core section. But when you're sort of talking about the open railway, miles and miles and miles of track, it's not impossible, but it's very hard and very expensive to do, and you're still going to want someone up the front in case something goes wrong. So it's kind of, you know, do you offset that cost? Do you spend all that money installing the equipment and maintaining it when you've still got to have someone on the train? But yeah, I ultimately do think it will happen. Right, we're off to Kinghorn, 50 up to 40. Scrapyard on the right hand side there. Have you come to watch now, Sammy? Chiche, I think the announcer actually sounds bored. Don't forget, yeah, whatever. Yeah, definitely looking at the ground textures on the left over here. Although something weird's going on with the way stuff's loading in, but I'm going to have to get back to the mod developer and sort of report back with my feedback. It could be that there was something you had to do in one of the engine files of the game in terms of draw distance, so maybe I've not done that right, but so far so good. It's definitely an improvement. Chris Holler, can you take food and drink in the cab with you? Absolutely. If anyone comes in the cab with me, they have to bring biscuits or they get kicked out. It's just the rule. Connor, who's in the chat, will attest to that. It's biscuits. Sammy, Barry says hello. Say hello. Agent B7 automated railways requires a very controlled environment, so it's easier with a rapid transit system than with heavy/regional rail.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Vince correctly says Jaffa Cakes and Iron Brew on this route. Connor Eaton, biscuits are required. Normally jammy Dodgers, but you know, I'm not fussy when it comes to biscuits. Typical Nathan Trains, the only place in Scotland I've ever been is Glasgow. But I would like to do a trip along this line when I'm up there. It's not going to happen, but I could leave my wife with my credit cards in Edinburgh and tell her to go shopping, and then I could go for a ride on the train. I wonder if that suggestion gets a finger. No, that gets a smile. She's smiling at that idea. We are going to be looking at, as well, guys, a community meetup. Am I supposed to be doing 30? Oh, crikey. Hold that full. We are at some point going to be doing a community meetup this year, probably at the National Railway Museum, so I will publish details of that once I've sort of worked out what's going on. This leads me to a really important point with route knowledge, because if you watch me play like last week, we've done East Coastway, although we did go for a 75 at 90, admittedly. When we done East Coastway and the Selhurst fuel run on the 170, it's a route that I know really well in real life, and it's a route that I know really well in game. So when I drive that route, I'm able to, you know, I know where the speed limits are, I know where I've got to put my brakes on, I know where my signals are. I'm not relying on the HUD, so therefore I don't sort of have that risk of not knowing there's a 30 come up because I haven't looked at the HUD. So even sort of in game, having that route knowledge does make your driving so much better. So if you invest the time into this game and you learn your routes, the level of enjoyment that you get out of the game is much it's far superior. Unfortunately for me, I don't have the time to do that. I love the way all the passengers start walking down once we open the doors. But yeah. Wardle Restorations, good evening. Hello, how are we doing? ZH, would you like to drive an Azuma? I'm not... Azumas don't do it for me. It's not a train I'm particularly fussed about, to be fair. I'm not... I don't find them particularly exciting. Right, you're not getting on, my friend, because we are locking the doors. And we were off to Kirkcaldy. Let's get it going. Barry Daniel, how does the folk drive the trains for real find playing these sims? You can get a lot out of them, Barry. They are... See, for me, if I'm playing train sim, I tend to play German routes. Because I want to understand, I want to learn about the PZB signalling system and safety systems they've got. I find that really enjoyable. So I don't tend to play English routes unless I'm streaming, hence the fact I've got sort of zero route knowledge and I don't really know where I'm going. In terms of how does it relate to actually driving, it's similar in some respects, as so much that it can teach you to concentrate for long periods of time. It can sort of teach you a little bit about the signalling. In terms of route appreciation, it can sort of give you a little bit of route knowledge. But the actual driving experience is very different to driving in real life, because you don't have that sense of inertia, you don't have the bumps in the track, the kind of the noises, the sounds. You rely on these things, little relays clicking in the cab and little noises like that you pick up on when you're driving, little subtleties. Little sort of, you know, you'll go across a set of points and you'll feel a jolt in the track and you'll know you're coming towards the next station. You know, there's stuff like that you just can't simulate. ZH, do I have any tips for route learning? So if I'm learning a route, what I tend to do is I get a pen and paper and I'll go over the route and I'll write down a list of all the features on that route, almost like an ABC to driving that route. So, for example, I'll be writing Edinburgh Waverley, 20 departing station, through the, I don't know the name of the tunnel, through the tunnel, speed limit goes up to 35, through another tunnel, Haymarket station, speed limit goes to 75, and I will literally just write it down bit by bit by bit, and then I'll go over the route. I like to do video route learning. I love going, you have to go out there and see the route for real life and get in the cab, but I like doing video route learning as well. And as part of that video route learning process, I will then go through my notes and I will memorise my notes. So I'll be going through, I'll be on the video and I'll be going, right, next thing coming up is a station, next thing coming up is a speed limit. So then when I actually get in the cab of a train and I go over that route to route learn it, I know what the next station is, I know what the next junction is, I know what the next tunnel is. And all I'm sort of learning then, all I'm sort of learning when I actually go out on the train is sort of getting the gradients and sort of getting the distances and stuff. But everyone approaches it in a different way. But that's kind of the way I do it, is I sort of like to make a list of exactly what I'm expecting to come up and then learn that list But yeah, everyone sort of does it in different ways. Wardle, I'm off to Hams Hall tomorrow, then hopefully on call Sunday. Never been that far up, Hams Hall. Is that Birmingham way, I want to say? Rafe Rovers, I believe, the football stadium on the right there. Artie says in real life you use most of your senses to drive. You definitely use hearing and feel a lot. You most definitely do, yeah. Northern Princess Productions, even as catering we get route knowledge. I automatically pause pouring drinks just south of Northallerton. Southbound only, there's rough track there. ZH, no worries my friend, always happy to share tips and advice and my experiences.
We'll soon arrive at Kirkcaldy.
Barry Daniel, thank you very much, my friend.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Now we're coming in way too slow. It's just when she says don't forget to take, that little take almost sounds like it's got a little chuckle in it. Route comment, free Yankee night. I've just got away from the Yankee 90, Whiskey 90 circuits. I don't want to see them for another 6 months, please. Saying that, I'm almost certain that I'm going to be doing a route learning engine on those circuits throughout the summer, so I might not be able to get away from them. We are running more or less on time. We're only like 40 odd seconds down, which for a ScotRail service I understand is pretty good. Barry, no thank you for your videos. Been watching for a while and really enjoy them. Thank you, Barry, honestly, really appreciate it, my friend. It's someone was saying to me the other day about membership on the channel and stuff, and you know, I was saying obviously everyone who's a member, I really appreciate that, but just by people coming in and watching the videos, it means a lot to me. If you've got a good audience, I mean, there's 120 people watching now. If you're doing this and there's 120 people watching and you've got good chat and you've got good feedback, that's really rewarding in itself, because you know it's nice to be able to share that knowledge and kind of have those conversations. So yeah, so thank you to everyone. John, the next kind of real life train video I'm going to be doing, I'm currently editing a Haywards Heath to Acton Lane Reception Roads driver's eye view video on a class, I think it's a class 66, it's a Freightliner service to Arlington's. So that will be coming out, first part of that I hope to have out by the end of the week. And then we are going to be re-exploring train driver rules again pretty soon as well. Peter G, contact your local train company and tell them you want to do it. Getting a cab ride is not something we can sort of do off of our own backs. So as a driver, I can't sort of say, even as a mental driver, I can't sort of say to a member of the public, do you want to come for a ride? Because it's probably, you know, sort of more than my job's worth doing that. But it's not impossible to do. Some companies will facilitate it. If you get in contact with your local company, tell you you've got an interest, you know, it can be done. Blob, good question. Do you have to route learn with the TOC you work for, any TOC that covers your route? So what will normally happen, Blob, is you'll end up getting a cab pass. You get a little, I was going to say I've got one in my wallet, but I haven't. You'll get a little, looks like a credit or debit card style thing. Sometimes they're printed on A4 pages. And that's your authority to be in the driving cab of another company's train. So, for example, if I was learning Paddington to Reading, I'd get a Great Western Railways cab pass or an Elizabeth Line cab pass, and that'd be my authority to go in the cabs of those trains. Just because you got a cab pass, though, doesn't mean the drivers have got to grant you admission. For example, drivers that are in their first year of driving may not allowed to have other people in the cab with them. A driver that's recently had an incident that's on an action plan wouldn't be allowed to have another driver in the cab with them. Sometimes drivers just don't want you there, and it's their cab, it's completely at their discretion. So. Yeah, but no, you absolutely are if you've got the correct paperwork. Right, 65 around the corner here. We are 5.3 miles from McKinch, where this service will terminate. No worries, John. That's good to hear about the train driver rule videos. I wasn't particularly happy with the format of them and the kind of the way they weren't being received very well, and I just didn't like the way they were presented in the format, so that's why I took a break from it. But yeah, definitely something I want to get back to doing. I want to sort of do a lot more of the animation sort of stuff. So when we done the GSMR videos, there were some really good animations in there, and I kind of want to get back to doing that sort of thing. Right, HST 80, the 170s are rated for the HST speeds.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location. Nobody's got the location yet. That's going to be the key thing. Don't think anybody's got the livery yet either. I think it's... Oh no, a couple of people might have done. I think it's a difficult one livery-wise. Right, Leo Low, you're the first number. Train spot from Somerset. GJ! You have got the title of third number on my screen. Loving the caravan park on the left there. You've got the title of third number on my screen, my friend, with number 20.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Box number 20, guys. 10 seconds, Locomotive Livery Location. If you can. Oh, that's a wasted opportunity, that one there. Never mind, never mind. What are you thinking? Always interested to hear. Pig and Bob, HNRC 37 somewhere. Let's get a bit of braking, we are speeding. Loving the windmills over in the distance. Want a downhill gradient as well there as we approach McKinch. Colas 37 next to a fence. GJ Colas 37 on a bridge. Connor Eaton, something you want to sign, somewhere you want to sign. You're not wrong, actually, Connor. You're not wrong. Dizzy signs there. I'll give you that much, Connor. But only recently. It's insider information. John Ward, I thought I was third. John, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You were the 7th one on my screen, John. I think so. I think I need to be able to prove that sometimes for the sake of transparency. Concord 289. Class 37 at why did I pick you to say? Landwit Major. Listen to this announcement here. Listen to when she says, please take. Sounds like there's a little chuckle. What do you make of the mod? Does it cause performance loss? Not too bad that I'm noticing. There's a little bit perhaps, but not too bad. Wardle Restorations, that is definitely insider information. Oh, that's interesting, John. I'm not sure why that would be the case. I can actually be... No, it won't let me do that. So I was going to say I think I can be transparent and show you, but it won't let me do it. Right, 1 yellow. W4LT, while she works for a passenger shop, would you be allowed in the middle of a cab whilst travelling to home or from work? Travelling to and from work, as in to and from your home depot, no. If you were on duty but you were travelling somewhere as part of your duty, then yes, you could. So say, for example, I've just worked a train from Hastings to Tunbridge, and then my next train leaves from London and I've got to travel from Tunbridge to London to pick the next train up. Yes, I could. Say, for example, I lived in Tunbridge, but I was going to Hastings to start my shift. No, I couldn't. Right, that was one yellow, red ahead. Is this the mod that binds the Edinburgh, Glasgow and Fife? It is, but I don't think it's... I don't think the actual combination of the two routes is quite there yet. I think that's will be part of the mod, but not quite yet. If we have a look at the map... Yeah, we haven't quite got it on there yet. That will be part of the mod. Hey, Tom Shooter, welcome to Dadvar, only subscriber. Great to have you here.
We'll soon arrive at Markinch.
Connor, I absolutely do. I had a refresher on it
Don't
last
forget
year.
to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
We are red ahead. We are creeping into Markinch. I don't know, Connor. Just the thought of doing Whiskey 90 is stressing me out. I think a trip to the doctors in September. All views and opinions expressed within this video are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Let's just end. Noted. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. Free for the free. We're going to set our DRA when we stop. That is the end at McKinch. I think this... it definitely adds a lot to the route, in my opinion. Spacebar. That's the BVE command for DRA. Crikey. And into neutral. Definitely makes the route look a lot better. Definitely makes the route look a lot better. Power, is it me or does the 170 have a delay in revving up to each new power setting, and particularly when moving from off? The 170 is pretty much as it is in real life, so I think, yeah, the delay is typical, as you would expect. Norman Princess, for legal reasons, that was a joke. Jack HST clipped. Leo, do you have to shut down the train if you're handing over to another driver? Typically, no. What you'll do if you're handing over to another driver is... So you got your key in there. The driver that's getting on will give you a key. So you just swap keys. That can't be a platinum. That was a... It's given us a platinum. That was an absolutely terrible drive. But it has given us a platinum. I do not understand that at all. The route looks better, says Vince. Better announcements, less gap. Absolutely. I quite agree. I quite agree. Power out is I thought it was a bug. Now, the 170, from the feedback I've had from people that drive them and my own personal experience, I've not driven them, but I have route learned. Spent quite a lot of time commuting and route learning on 171s, which are virtually the same. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Hey, the Haymarket stop was good. And Kinghorn stop was good. And Kirkcaldy's stop was good. They're exceptionally good. I mean, Aberdale, not quite so good. Like, 59.3 yards off the mark, but who knows? Bronze at best. Yeah, if that would... it's probably a tea and biscuits for the manager sort of run, that, isn't it, to be fair? Return to free reign. It's not going to let us do that. So I am thinking, whilst we are here... Whilst we are here, should we... This should be a separate stream. But let me just have a quick look at something, if we can. We absolutely should be able to. Let's do this. DSD's going off there. That's got nothing to do with me. Hopefully the noise is going to stop because it's rather irritating. Why is the DSD still going off? Maybe if we get on this... There we go. Should we take it for a spin? What do you reckon? Should we take it for a spin? How do we turn it on? Where'd you put the key? What do you reckon? Shall we take it for a spin? I think we should. Go on then. We'll set the pathway down this way. This was going to be a completely separate stream, but... Okay. I don't know how to drive this. But let's give it a go. Is it air brakes or vacuum brakes? Where's the brake gauges? There we go. Let's get the train pipe up to 21. Northern Princess Productions, we've got to get going first. There we go, we've done the injectors. Where's the small injector control? She's going to blow, says Agent B7. Is that ground position light? Hopefully applies to the other line. We are off, it is working. Do you need the game audio down a little bit? It's quite a bit louder this, so you might let me know if you want the game audio turned down a bit. Up really quickly. Let's give her the beans. I've already done that, Connor. We're down at 40%. Do you want to take it back a bit further? Just wanted to play with the horn, really. We don't have a fireman though. That's interesting, or a fire person. Where the AI fire person's gone. Okay, why the kettle's boiling? Let's do this again.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
I am going to pull the game audio down a bit, guys, as well, because I do think it is probably a little bit loud at your end. Because it's quite loud at my end, to be fair. Should pull the reverser down again. As long as the steam chest stays at 200-ish, you're fine. Awesome. Rightio, okay, third number on my screen this time is Josh with number 12. Okay, we've got the route indicator there.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Tuck, thank you very much. He's going to blow. Giving you number 12, guys. 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery Location if you can. Oh, you got a big yellow one. Does that help you? Let me know your thoughts as always. Right, we've got a 30 coming up. What are we doing speed-wise? Oh, okay. We probably want some brake then. And let's bring the reverser back up as well. Quite a lot of brake, maybe. It's probably not supposed to happen. That's definitely, we call that a Lumo. I don't like this because we can't see where we're going. What are we reckoning? Grape train got yellow. Blob, pure yellow. Vince, duck. Might be. Hey mate, maybe the yellow's a bit of a clue. Hey, do you like that one, Sammy? Oh, you're smiling at that one. That's the flying money pit, that is, Sammy. You can just about see Sammy next to me there watching. He seems to like his kettles. It's worrying. I'm most disappointed as a parent, you know. Agent B7, all mainline steam. Oh, we're supposed to be doing 15 through these points. I'm definitely an ex-Lumo driver. Everything, all mainline steam has got to be fitted with TPWS and AWS safety systems, so yeah, this definitely would have been fitted. OTMR as well there for your downloads. So yeah, that is typical, that would have been fitted. In actual fact, ERTMS or ETCS, the new European Train Control in-cab signalling system, mainline steam has got to be fitted with that as well, so they're going to have a DMI screen in the cab with signalling information on it. Probably close our large injector now as well. We're on a bit of a climb as well. Now this is interesting. I'm not a great fan of steam in game. Oh, she's swaying about a bit there. Pretty much because I don't really know how to drive it. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but mainline steam becoming hybrids. Dynamilla Clodus 37 at Derby, aren't they based around there? Oh, there we go. We are accelerating. Probably better off looking out that side at the moment. Tornado has been tested for ETCS. It absolutely has, yeah. I've only ever had a go on a kettle once in the Romney Hyde and Dymchurch, but given the opportunity to have a go on a mainline kettle, I definitely wouldn't say no. Oh, ZH, London Transport Races. The Kentish train guy's the best person to ask about that. I will have to do some inquiry and let you know, because I'm definitely up for doing another one. That was a really good day out. I think I'd take Sammy along to that. I think he would thoroughly enjoy that. Racing around on trains all day. I think at this point my wife's like, just anything to get him out of my hair. He's been quite challenging the last couple of days, weeks, months, years. Hey, it's working. Peter G, I'm going on Tornado next month for the Nene Valley. Nice. Never been to the Nene Valley. It's definitely on my list. I've not done many of the heritage lines, to be fair. I do need to just get out and do some more heritage stuff. Oh, we missed the 170 going the other way. Those wheels hardly look like they're turning. If it's in-game, I've put the kettle on many mainline routes. It's fun. Oh, Connor, yeah, but trouble is we'll have to stop for food quite often. Harvey Humphreys, I saw you last week driving a train. Awesome. Where was that, bud? Cross train spotting, of course you can. We'll do better than that. We'll do a flyby shot, as the British Ace Joe would say. Maroon Mark 1s. I have 6 of those coming on the way. West Coast Railway ones from Acura scale. I think I have a bit of a problem when it comes to Acura scale. Right, we've got no speed limits coming up, no speed limit changes coming up. We're approaching 60, still on an uphill gradient. She's quite a beast because a lot of the kettles I struggle to get up to speed, but she's running really nice. Let's pull the reversers down a little bit more, although we are still going uphill. Trainboy, can we look in the Discord? We absolutely can. Why not? We haven't done that for a little while. Oh, Romney Hyde and Dymchurch, real kettles. 455s, Cromptons. Might have to go there tomorrow. I am going to Dymchurch at some point tomorrow. Possibly the Ashford Model Railway Show tomorrow as well. Or at some point this weekend. Who knows? Who knows? And if you do want to post anything in the Discord server, you can do. You'll find an invitation link in the description below, and we're in the live stream pictures page. It'd be great to see you over there. Harvey, Tunbridge last Saturday, you were driving class 66, meant to go to Hoo Junction. It was very late and it reversed into Tunbridge. That was me. A Colas one. I was helping out the competition. Working together to deliver the job. The railway working together. That's what it's all about. I'm debating what I want to do with the reverse. Where are we? We're about 30% at the moment. She's holding it. Speed's holding. Let's try. %40 forwards. That seems to be just about accelerating there, so put it forward a little bit more. So the gradient's easing back, which certainly does help. Oh, it's got no tail lamp on the back. It's tea and biscuits for the manager. Okay, yeah, that's definitely too much off the reverser because we are losing a lot of speed. Let's try 35. Let's see if we can get it up to 60. Richard, I think you should do SCR again. I've not played SCR for a long time. It's fun, it's interesting. We can give it a go on stream at some point again. Oh, Peter G, whereabouts are you going to do that? Did you say the Neem Valley earlier on? Oh no, that was Tornado next month. Cross train spotting. If you're looking for a 37, I would recommend the Vi train spot. It's a few years old, but a great runner. It's directional lights and loads of detail you can fit yourself. I've got a 37 cross trains. I've got the Bachmann, the latest release Bachmann 37. It's a very nice piece of kit. Right, we've got no speed limits coming up. We are still climbing and managing to hold 50. I'm quite happy with that at the moment. So, let's play a game.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
I tell you what, let's play the right jingle, hell.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
I'm starting to lose speed a little bit now. It's a fair old climb. Let's take the reverser up to like 50. See if we can keep it going. What are we reckoning then? GJ, you've done it again. Third number on my screen, number 16.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Give your box number 16, guys, 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery Location, if you can. Bit more of your loco there. Little bit of platform and some yellow rail. Any ideas on that location? Let me know. It's definitely gettable, the location. It's definitely gettable. It's not, I wouldn't say it was a mega difficult one if you get the right boxes. The tricky bit, of course, is getting the right boxes. Mike Allen, hope they do a fix for the flyby camera for contour use. This camera too slow to get ahead of the train. Oh, interesting. Not too bad on PC. Not too much of an issue with it. Right, we've got a 40 coming up in a minute. Although, to be fair, she's slowing down quite nicely at the moment. Might run out of steam before we get there at this rate. Josh, Colas 37 at a station with a fence. Great, the train guys come on 37 Colas Guildford. Typical Nathan, I don't know half the English stations because I don't live in England. I am Scottish. Could be a Scottish station there, typical Nathan. Could be anywhere within the United Kingdom. There is our 40. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to say we're speeding, but we're not going to touch that. We're just going to leave it as is. Connor, you're losing pressure too. Connor, you are the kettle expert. What would you do with it? Get some more coal on the fire. Typical Nathan, I'm going to say Colas 37 Inverness. I'm not saying it is Scotland, it just could be. Oh, she's pulling. Gonna eat and run. Who puts cats in the firebox? Hey Dizzy, how you doing, my friend? HNRC 37. What's the location then, Diz? My 6-year-old loves it on the Nene Valley. Dabran, have you ever been to the Landfair and Welshpool Light Railway in mid-Wales? It's a good railway. The only one I've done in Wales is the Brecon Mountain Railway. See the vlog on the channel. Which, yeah, really nice railway that is as well. I think they should make you... Obviously, we're in free roam, so it's a little bit difficult. But I think it would be really good if they made use of the diorama feature. Oh. Make use of the diorama feature, so when you're running rail tours and stuff, you get lots of enthusiasts on the platform with cameras. That would be pretty cool. Dizzy says Norwich for the location. We are getting some speed up now at long last. However, we're going to be at Dunfermline Queen Margaret's in 3.4 miles. My intention is to take this down to Linlithgow on that little spur. I believe that's modelled in game and we can drive down there, so we will certainly have a look. Because this service would be going to Glasgow or something like that, we were just saying. MS Straw 197 new subscriber, great to have you here. Shall we have one more round then? Let's do it.
Let's play Locomotive Livery
Sort your jingles out. Get those numbers in.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Rich, can you make bacon on the shovel? I had gammon for me dinner saying that. Third number on my screen, Jazer with number 19.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Here we go, guys. Box number 19, 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery Location if you can. Oh! You need your 1s, 2s, 6s, 4s, 5s, 9s, 10s for your location. There's a little bit there, a little bit to go on. What could it be? Where could it be? It is gettable. It is gettable. Typical Nathan, the line from Dalmeny to Linlithgow was used for the peak time trains that run from Queen Street to Mackinch, or any freight services to bypass Edinburgh city centre. I believe it is modelled in game, so I've not been down there yet, so we'll take the Scotsman down there. Right, remembering how terrible the brakes are on this and the fact that we've only got 1.9 miles, we're probably going to come up against a red signal. I'm going to shut off power and think about starting to brake. Yeah, let's get a little bit of braking now because I've got zero faith in the braking ability. Vacuum brake trains, absolutely lovely. Great, the train guy 37 at Guildford. Connor Eaton, HNRC class 37 on some track. Dizzy's gone Whitby. Nobody's got it, nobody's got it. I mean, there's not much to go on there yet, I'll give you that. There isn't much to go on just yet, but it is gettable. time really watching this braking here. Got to remember as well that it takes an absolute week to release. Turn off the large injector, brakes might work better. Large injector is off. I can close the small injector as well. It's not recharging now, is it? So I need that open to recharge my brakes. If you say Penzance, I'm walking. It's not for me to say where it is. It's for you guys to decide where it is. Right, there is our one yellow. Speed is coming down. And we're stopping at Dunfermline Queen Margaret to take on water. That is the proviso for stopping here. And then we will set the pathway down to Linlithgow, and then that will be the end of the night. If we don't spad. I didn't want emergency, I didn't say emergency. Alright, close enough. Right, okay, let's set a path. Stop at location as indicated. Right, we're off again. Right, hopefully that signal's cleared up round the corner. It should have done. Trains at Somerset, HNRC class 37 at Penzance. Cross trains about team biscuits for the manager has been cancelled. Oh, you should have more faith in me. More faith and more confidence, maybe. We do like a good kettle. This was supposed to be a, like I say, a completely separate stream. We were supposed to be doing steam on the Fife, but you know, we were already here, so it'd be rude not to. Hi Deborah, you should put the Class 66 on the back of the train to help the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, but then we'd need a second driver. We'd need someone to act as the banking driver. B with a B with a, obviously B with, banking with a B driver on the back. I don't think the game quite supports that just yet. That'd be a good multiplayer feature though. Really running away on the gradient here. It's going to look nice going across the bridge. I am interested to see the spur down to Linlithgow though, so I've not seen that in game. The Flying Money Pit. Typical name from Richard. There's a signal bug on Fife Circle. One of the signals doesn't change to yellow, and then I spadded because that signal was showing a green aspect and the next signal was red. Oh, yeah, not good. Okay, there's a 50 coming up. Should we get some brakes in? Ah, it's a 55. Do you know what? I can't escape the fact It's definitely tea and biscuits with a manager because it was genuinely an awful drive. Come on, get it recharged. Connor Eaton. Open firebox, insert money, shut firebox, repeat. I wouldn't even bother shutting it, Connor. I'd just keep shoveling the money. TSW just needs Delta. Deltix Smithy 88. Deltix would be a great addition. I would absolutely be here for Deltix. Absolutely, I would. Right, okay, we can close the large injector. Let's get some power in. 65 is what we are. It's a speed limit, not a target, but we'll go for a limit. Was that a speedball bug? 55, but it should have been a 50. Yeah, no, because the HUD, I'm sure the HUD said 50, GJ. I'm pretty sure it does. Right, we've got about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes before we finish up. So shall we do... Let's see if we can get this location.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Northern Princess Productions are 91 on the East Coast main line would be Swallow livery, of course. I would absolutely be here for that. I think Connor Deltix on the Mountfield. Go on then, Connor. I dare you. Right, what numbers do we want? Pig and Bob. You've got it. Third number on my screen. Number 1.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Right, we've got a 30 coming up. Is this going to give you that much needed location? Here we go. I reckon you can get the location from that. I reckon from that it is doable. Wallet. Pig and Bob, HNRC 37606 at Penzance. Cross train spot has gone 37 somewhere I can't pronounce. Dizzy's gone definitely Penzance. Jay's it looks like the south of England. Josh Penzance. Get that large injector open, get those brakes recharged. Nearly said Weymouth. Josh Penzance. Monica Southwest. That's a 15, that doesn't apply to us, but we have managed to get down for the... We actually managed to slow down successfully for a speed restriction. I'm impressed by that. I done a thing. I got something right. It was that one box for that location. I mean, I'm not saying it is Penzance. It might not be. For your sake, Dizzy, I hope it is. Patelli or Patelli? Patelli, I think. This is cross-train spotting with my pronunciations. I've said before, with a name like Evans, you'd think Welsh pronunciations would be my thing, but watch my Brecon Mountain Railways video and you will discover otherwise. Even got my wife trying to pronounce Topante. Topantau. What was it, Danny? I can't remember now. Topante. snaking through whatever station we're at. Inverkey thing. Oh, those Mark IIs are lovely. So we have got 81 of you lovely people who are still watching the kettle. If you are still here, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely amazing. Trainboy says new photos in the Discord. We can absolutely jump over there. Oh, 91s. Thank you very much, Dom. And the 47 there by Josh. And the Scotsman, the flying money pit herself, Trainboy's posting there. And it looks like we've got Scott Row Dibso down on the bottom right there by Josh. Thank you very much. Right, we're going to be going over some big iron structure in a minute. See if we can get a little bit of speed out of this. Great, the train guy. No, I've not been on the Night Riviera. I did look into doing it. But, again, I work on the railway. I'm supposed to promote the railways. Trains in this country are so darned expensive. You can go to Europe and do sleeper trains in Europe. I could do 4 sleeper trains in Europe for the cost of 1 in the UK. It's just... it's ridiculous. Typical Nathan, probably Tuesday night, but don't quote me on that. Not sure what we're going to do Tuesday night because we've kind of done all of the new content and everything I want to do with that. So we might have a little run on the Goblin. We might do Blackpool branches or South Eastern High Speed. I don't know. We might do something different. We might do some Simrail or Train Planet again. Cross train spotting. I can't pronounce that, and I'm not going to try.
Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
That's my answer to that. Typical Nathan trains. Okay, I try not to get on my soapbox here, but why are UK train fares so expensive? Because the UK passengers are subsidising all of the other railways in Europe. Because all of our other railway companies are owned by Train Italia, Deutsche Bahn, SNCF. That ultimately is the bottom line of it, because the way the UK railway system works is we are just subsidising everything else. Getting a face full of smoke here. Let's see if we can keep this thing going. We are about to cross over the 4th bridge again. And then we're going to swing a right and go down the spur to Linlithgow, which is the only bit of this route that I've not yet driven. It does look and sound good though. Yeah, Northern Princess Productions, I should make that quite clear. All the opinions are my own, and definitely not those of my employer. Beautiful. I mean, like kettles or not, that is a sight. That is definitely a sight to behold. I don't think my wife can see actually. She needs to see this when we go to Scotland in a few weeks, months. Danny, this is the 4th railway bridge. Can you see it? It's this lovely, great big bridge here. Do you mind if we take a train across it?
You can.
I can. She's not very good with heights, I think it's fair to say. Right, how are we doing speed-wise? Are we getting there? We are accelerating. Way! Cross train spotting, in your opinion, what is the worst train sim world route of all time? Oh, that's an unfair question. What's the worst train sim world route of all time? The worst or my least favourite? Oh, that's... Isle of Wight, maybe? I don't. West Cornwall. I don't know. Connor Eaton, the most painted bridge in the... Apparently not anymore though, Connor. Apparently they've got some new fancy paint on it. They don't have to keep repainting it anymore. Rich, I see another trip for us. Diz, do you know what? We are going up there. I'll give you a call and talk to you later. But we are going up there to do a rail tour. We're doing Motherwell to York rail tour. Can't do the Cardiff one, unfortunately. We are flying up there, so for me and Danny to get the train up is 400 odd quid. For us to fly, it's 130 return for both of us. So if you fancy doing a Scotland trip and going to Forth Bridge and doing all those sorts of brilliant things, I'm definitely up for that. Doesn't look like we've got much space before this red signal, so I'm just chucking the lot in. Josh, it's a non-public rail tour. I've overreacted on the brake there, but I'd rather that than spad. Way! Probably don't want to do that in real life. We are still red ahead. Yeah, Connor, that rail tour. I wanted to do Cardiff to Blackpool, but I have a prior engagement, so we're doing another one. Open the large injector, did I not? That would have made the brakes come off a bit quicker. I need to find... Oh, it was fully open. Looks like the signal has actually cleared up to a green. It'll be interesting to see where we're going to go here. We should be coming down this spur here. It looks like it is set correctly. No junction indicator illuminated. I would expect we would have got a junction indicator. So I don't know how much of... Sammy's having a whale of a time. I don't know how much of this spur is modelled. We will soon find out. Oh, the safety valve is blowing off now. And we've gone onto the right-hand line instead of the left. This is the absolute joys of free roam mode, guys. This is the absolute joys of free roam. When the game doesn't really know what you're doing, and I don't really know what we're doing, and we kind of just have to go with it and hope for the best. So we're going to find out we've run out of track and this bit is not actually modelled. We are going bang road, we are doing a wrong direction movement. Yeah, Connor, someone's made a bit of a mistake here. It's probably why we didn't get any route indicators. This is a non-signalled move. Yeah, as you said, that's why we didn't get a junction indicator. I think in real life we'd probably be quite concerned at this point. I'm quite concerned because I've just noticed there's a Mickey Mouse thing behind me. Is that a landslip up ahead? No, it's gone. It's cleared itself. satisfy Artie, wrong direction movements. I need to regularly sound the high tone of my horn, and also shouldn't be doing more than 50 miles an hour on a wrong direction movement, which is good because that's the speed limit. So I'm just quite interested to generally see the scenery on this little spur because I've not driven on it. Doesn't sort of form part of the main route of the game. When we've got Edinburgh-Glasgow fully integrated onto this, because like I say, the mod does bring the 2 timetables and the 2 routes together, I should imagine this spur is going to have quite a lot of freight traffic and stuff on it, so it is going to be something that's interesting to see and interesting to drive. Imagine if there was a Queen Street to McKinch service approaching you. Yeah, this thing doesn't stop very quickly either, does it? So I don't know what when we get to the junction, is it going to fling us back over right route? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we can get back across here onto the correct route. So that's really interesting why it's wrong routed us on this particular section. There's no reason at all why it had to do that. It's like the Lithgow's down here somewhere. So yeah, we'll take it down as far as we can go, and then we'll call it a night. Right, I think we'll have one more round of Locomotive Location livery, then I reckon it's definitely going to be time to call it a night on that. So let's give it, just for confirmation, let's give it one more go.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, cross train spotting. My son Sammy didn't want to go to bed tonight. We're having a lot of bedtime fun, I think is the correct word, eh, Danny? Yeah. That's the family-friendly way of saying it. Frustrations. Typical Nathan, you'll be joining the Glasgow line at Whichborough Junction. Nice. Okay, Josh, you are you've ensured that one, my friend. You are the first and the third number on the screen with number 6.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
I'm going to give you a couple, actually. I'm going to be kind. Give you number 6. Yeah, you're going to get that. And do you know what? Just for good measure, I'll give you 5 and 10. Typical Nathan, Colas 37 Penzance, Ping and Bob, HNRC 37 Penzance, Josh Defos Penzance, Typical Nathan Penzance. Oh, do you know what? Told ya.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Toby Gallup, thank you very, very much for sending this one in.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
It's not Colas though. Class 37 HN Rail at Penzance. Dizzy, I think you were actually genuinely the first person to get that right in today's stream, so well done, mate. Although you spent quite a bit of time down there recently, so I should hope so. And you've probably driven 37s down there as well, so absolutely well done to everyone who got that right, and thank you, Toby, for sending that in. Really appreciate it, my friend. Right, looks like we've got some speed restrictions coming up. As we come back onto the main line, hip hip hooray! Yeah, I think once we get the proper freight layers in game, that's... Definitely going to become really, really usable, that spur. And once we get the 158s and stuff in, I wonder how long that train's been waiting for us to come across there. We've had no signals since we come across the Forth Bridge at South Gyle there, so I wonder how long that train has been sitting there waiting. Right, where is the next station along here? Where is the station at Linlithgow then? Is that not modelled on here? I thought that was on here. So I was going to go as far as the station. Well, we'll see how far down we can get. I thought the station was on here. Cross trains, well, you're talking about test trains. Have you got a network rail DBSO or test train online? I have a network rail DBSO, and I also have a mentor coach, thanks to Mr. Dizzy, who was very kind enough to try and start a bidding war on eBay so he could buy it and give it to me for my birthday. Floating grass there, nobody saw that today. Typical Nathan, you went past it on the map. Yeah, because I thought we might just get down to the Linlithgow, then jump in a 385 and just do a fast one straight back to Edinburgh. Just as a... I am looking for a station on the map, but... That's got to be it there then, isn't it? Has it got a through road? Or up here, sorry, yeah. No, I've got you now. Okay, so how far off of that are we? Not very. Josh, drive this away down to Queen Street. Yeah, once the mod's in, Josh, like I was saying, and the two routes are joined together, you will be able to carry on to Queen Street. That is a really nice grouping of two routes when you get a lot more out of it, because you can potentially say, right, I'm a Haymarket depot-based driver, and you can do a whole shift. You can do a couple of trips to Queen Street, you can do a couple of trips around the Fife Circle. You can potentially make a diagram that's a full shift combining the two routes. So, hello. So I am definitely all in favour of being able to do that sort of thing. Like I say, yeah, we'll get down there, we'll jump in a 385 back to Edinburgh, and then we'll call it a day. I think we've had a really good session then. I have Sammy behind me. Just make sure we don't overshoot the station. We're still quite a way off yet, aren't we? Yeah, a few miles yet. Going downhill, so we should start to pick up a little bit. Yeah, Connor, not officially they're not doing a route merge, but as part of the... We've got an enhancement mod on here at the moment which has changed some of the textures and the foliage textures, ballast textures, etc. Part of that mod, which is in development, is to merge the two routes together. So yeah, definitely in favour of that. Typical Nathan, yep, drivers out of Haymarket Depot drive the North Berwick line, borders where Fife Circle, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dunblane and Stirling. So yeah, I really like that idea that you can create a diagram and you can drive both routes. This is the first time I've been down this bit of the route as part of the Fife Circle, which is... It's a nice little addition. Going the other way, so we're absolutely going to jump in one of those and do a run back. Yeah, that's right, Josh. There's a depot just outside Queen Street. I can't think what the name of it is for the life of me, but I think that's where the 385s are stabled. Right, we're not a million miles away now. Let's shut the regulator back. Large injector is off. Closed. Eastfield Depot, that's the one. Thanks, Josh. Like I say, don't really have any route knowledge on here, so I am just using the map to sort of find out where we are doing station-wise. Yeah, let's bring the speed down a little bit. Let's see if we can get a decent stop. And then we will say bye-bye to the Flying Money Pit, jump into 385 back to Waverley, and then we will call it a night. Someone's asking to look in the Discord. Let's have a quick look over there, see what you guys have been posting. 68s are a modern classic. And it looks like we've got 47s and kettles. We do like kettles. Have I slowed down too early? Potentially not. Let's just give it a little bit more. Yeah, no PIS on this one, Josh. We are now approaching Lithgow. Pronunciations and all that. Please mind the gap between the platform and the train. So I'll keep it in initial, which will just keep the brakes rubbing. It says coming out of initial. There we go. It's on the platform, it's on the platform. That'll do. Thank you for travelling with us today on the Flying Scotsman service. Right, jumping out. It does look nice, it does look nice. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay, let's go like this. Bye-bye. Okay, right, we are going to jump into 385, and it's about another 10 minutes back down to Waverley, and that is where we will terminate for the night. We are not going to walk across the track. We are going to do the responsible grown-up thing and use stairs. You don't get a body like this by walking up and down stairs, you know. I mean, they put them in. It'd be rude not to. Oh, you are joking. The elevator doesn't work. So this route, most of the elevators and escalators actually work, but unfortunately this one doesn't, which is a little bit annoying. $17.47. No, we won't wait for that. We'll just spawn in our own train. $3.85. Scott Rail. 8 car. No, let's. I don't know if I can handle 8 cars. Let's keep it simple. Hey, we're jumping aboard. We're jumping aboard. Andy 81E fitted with DRA. Great channel. Thank you very much, Andy. Got to remember how to work this. Door locked. Are you not going to let me in? Ah, there we go. Right, we've got the cab set up. That's. Can you tell I haven't done this one for a little while? Cab door close. Well, hey, right. Safety systems on. It's definitely been a long time since I've done this. Right. I'd say down to Waverley, and then it will be home time. Where's the TPWS? Temporary isolation switch. I just saw it. There we go. Into normal. Okay, key on. Unlock doors on the left. Lights on. Definitely haven't been on this train for a very long time. It's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. Headlights full. GSM up. Doesn't work. No functionality. TMS screen on. Come on, come on. Confirm. Put your PIN number in there. Forecast. Advice not available. Got to remember how to get to the auto announce. There you go.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
And we'll set the path to Edinburgh Waverley, platform 8. What announcements have we got? I don't think it'll give us...
Welcome to the ScotRail service to...
Yeah, no, it doesn't know where we're going because it's not in timetable mode. But never mind, never mind. Let's see if we can make it work. Let's put it into forward, that does help, right. Doors are locked. See if the sounds on this are still terrible. Amy, hello. We are not far off finishing up. We've done a 170, a Flying Scotsman, and now we're in a 385. We are calling at Haymarket and Edinburgh Waverley only. It's the fastest thing we've driven today. We're 385, Amy. I'll give you a bit more game audio now because I'm aware that this train is considerably quieter than the Flying Scotsman. TMS says free roam service 6. It does, yeah, free roam service. Nice.
For your safety and comfort, smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
We like that. Right, we are good for 100. The 385 should easily do 100. Richard, can you do a 170 to Haymarket Depot as well? Typical Nathan, I won't on this stream because little Sammy is still awake and I think I need to go and help her to see her put her to bed. Relieve Mum Brown of her duties. So we are 15 miles to Edinburgh, we are 100 miles an hour, so it's not going to take long. Train and Bus UK donating £1 for super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Very much appreciated. .385 looks really smart in game. I haven't done Edinburgh Glasgow for a little while actually. That's not a bad route. Very good acceleration indeed, yeah. Connor Eaton, that was code for I will get told off if I don't. Oh, Danny, you know Connor? Connor, who's in my chat. Come and say hello. Yeah, she's a bit more sober now. Do you want to come and say sorry to Connor? Say sorry to Connor. We should probably slow down because we're speeding. For those of you who are not aware, I don't need to go into details, but I might need to go into. I like a cup of tea. Otherwise, I might have to go into detail. No, we don't do Blackman in this house. Train and bus spotter UK. Littlehampton is one area. I don't sign the West Coastway from Brighton. Yeah, Connor, I don't sign the West Coastway from Brighton or the Arrow Valley. Just saying. Connor's still one of the best charters he's ever worked. Do you often get drunk train drivers' wives coming on to you, Connor? Are you going to be on the Scotland one, Connor, by any chance? Because I'm looking forward to that. Well, that's a little bit out of your jurisdiction. And what's the traction? Drop me a message. Right, there's the junction. P-Way have suddenly turned up at the junction over there, trying to work out why a steam engine has just gone bang road for 4 miles without reporting it. The old suspension physics seem to be... Matt P told me that the suspension, when I asked him on the previous streams, hasn't been implemented yet, but it seems to be working quite nicely for something that's not in game. The lighting in the tunnel is really bad, like non-existent. Saying that train and bus, I was actually in Littlehampton with my gorgeous wife about 3 or 4 months ago. Littlehampton, as we found out, has an absolutely thriving Portuguese community. And my wife being Portuguese, we didn't know that until we went there, but there's like 3 or 4 Portuguese cafes or restaurants, which is great if you like pastel de nata. Custard tarts for everyone else. But the Portuguese get upset if you call them custard tarts. Yeah, typical Nathan, the line definitely, the lighting needs fixing. Zaid and Eva, we are in the class 385 at the moment, which is part of the Edinburgh-Glasgow free pack. So if you've got Edinburgh-Glasgow, you'll have the 385. Although this is part of the Edinburgh-Glasgow, we are driving it on the Fife Circle. This particular bit right is included in the Fife Circle. Okay, that is wrong because we are, although that's an 80-90, we are permitted to do the highest speed over, I think there's a viaduct coming up or something. We are permitted to do the highest speed over it because the sectional appendix says so, so the game is wrong. There it is. So I am not speeding, the game is wrong. Amy, I annoy them at Nando's with the custard tarts. Yeah, but they're well expensive in Nando's. But when we go to Portugal, we buy pastel de nata and café corto, which is like a small cup, and you'll pay like less than €1. And if you go to Nando's and order a coffee and a custard tart, pastel de nata, it'll cost you like £5 if you're lucky. Jack HST Productions, you have... I don't even need to tell you. Jack HST Productions, you see, we're an international community, says, what is your wife's opinion on the food, on the Portuguese food, francesinha? I had it in Porto when I went to bash the Portuguese class 20s, and it was quite disgusting. Francesinha is absolutely beautiful. So if you don't know what francesinha, I can't pronounce it, francesinha is, guys. It's basically a Portuguese sandwich. So you get 2 pieces of bread, and in between it you have ham, sausage, pork steak, fried egg, melted cheese. You have it with chips, and then they pour like this tomato sauce, but it's like tomato and whiskey sauce over top of it. It is a heart attack on a plate. It's gorgeous. And Porto do the best franchises. Just saying. Artie, you happy till you said egg?
You don't have to have the egg. Just saying.
The sound's now disappeared on game. Right, we are coming up to Edinburgh Gateway. So, what should I get? Thameslink TSW 3 or flashing lights? Not quite with you there. Should probably try not to be speeding. Artie, you don't. Perfect. I'll have free. Artie, you won't have free. You might think you can have free, but you won't. I mean, I can eat. My wife will tell you I can eat. I struggle with one. Hey, but Artie, my friend, if you want to go to Porto for a day or two, I am 100% up for that. Eu falo Portuguese. Yeah, see? A little bit. I speak a little bit of Portuguese. We can go and bash the Series 1400s, the Class 20s, along the beautiful Douro Valley. So it's got to be done. I reckon we can do that. Artie, we can probably get them in London, to be fair. There's a really nice Portuguese cafe in Feltham. It's not really London, but I'm almost certain we'll be able to get them in London. Or I tell you what, if you fancy a day out in Hastings, I'll get Danny to make some. I'm not sure if that's a look of yes or no. Maybe I just went to a Duff restaurant. It was opposite Campania Station. You convinced me to give it another try. We went to one that was just around the corner from Salbento. If you haven't been to Porto Salbento is an absolutely beautiful station. Feltham is on South West Railways. Oh yeah, sorry. I fell for that, didn't I, Artie? It is a beast of a sandwich. Yeah, I won't say who you work for, but obviously you know where Feltham is. Next station on this service will be Haymarket. We're back to where we started, look at that. Zaid, I'm not sure how much TSW4 costs to buy. You'd have to have a look on Steam. So if you get this route, you won't get the train we're driving now. The train we're driving now is the Class 385. You'll only get this train if you've got the Edinburgh to Glasgow. So you'll get the Class 170, but you won't get this train that we're driving now. You won't get the Flying Scots one that we were doing previously. You'll only get the Class 170 with it. It's always worth having a look out, Zaid, for when there's sales on, because you can get some pretty good deals and some bundles in the sales. So if you're on a bit of a budget, I would just keep an eye on Steam and look out for when the next Steam sale is. I think I'm a little bit more competent when it comes to electric stock. I seem to be able to drive this a bit better. Right, we are 4 for the 4. Please stand away from the edge of the platform. There's an S-car mark just there, nicely hidden. And there goes the 170 off the other platform. Sage, you'll find a link to our Discord server down in the description below. We can quickly pop over there and see what's been posted. Lots of 385s at Haymarket Depot. Looks like that's in-game as well, though. Train Boy, Flying Scotsman on the Severn Valley Railway. Thank you very much. And you're welcome to join the Discord. Like I said, there is an invitation link down in the description below. Right, we are last station, Edinburgh Waverley, 1.2 miles. Let's get those doors closed. Why is it so loud in the 385 cab? Typical Nathan. Yeah, the sounds on the cabs and stuff are really inconsistent, in my opinion. We haven't even got the window open, have we? No. Window doesn't open. We've got enhanced tunnel sound as well that's been carried across to the 385. I'm here for that. Train and bus spotter, thank you very, very much, my friend. That's very kind. I've got 69 of you lovely watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribing. 69, not my favourite class of locomotive. Right, we've got a position 4 junction indicator there, 2 yellows. It's 20 miles an hour, we are speeding. Yeah, Josh, I've never been on one, but even to someone that hasn't been on one, it doesn't sound quite right, if that makes sense. So we had a position 4, we should be going through this set of points here. 2 yellows, 1 yellow, and then red is the buffer stops in the station, where this stream will terminate. Definitely a weird sound issue going on there near AWS from outside campus. Platform 8, I just saw there on the fuse box. What we will test though, because we love testing things, for some reason I was going to say, yeah, look, we've got an AWS noise going off on the outside view. I've got no idea what that's all about. We will test if the TPWS loops are going to work. Or is this one of the free platforms? It's a free platform, it's not going to have TPWS on it, is it? The modelling over here looks pretty much non-existent. This is the trouble when you put free roaming to the game. Suddenly you can access places that, you know, otherwise weren't accessible. And sort of areas the devs didn't plan on you accessing, and then they end up looking quite terrible. Oh, you can't just click the door on this to open it, which is really, really annoying. What is going on with that noise? Let's see if we have any Azumas. Oh, we have an Azuma. It's a shame we now don't have an East Coastway layer. I think if you could link all these routes together and you could just go for miles, it would just be absolutely ideal, wouldn't it? But there we go, guys. That is not in service. That is the end of today's stream. Northern Principal Junctions, clear the AWS. The AWS wasn't sounding on the train. I don't know what was going on with that, but on the train it wasn't sounding. It was just when you were in external view. It was Train Sim World bugs. No, it doesn't have any bugs, does it? No bugs. No bugs in Train Sim World. None at all. It's absolutely fine. There we go, guys. It's been a bit of a long one tonight, but thank you very, very much for watching. Like I say, if you do want to download the mod pack, if you are playing on PC, there is a link down in the description below. And thank you very much to the people that have made this possible. We've got some really good modders in the community at the moment. Bescot, London Midland, Rob S, Jetwash, a few others that I haven't mentioned who are doing really, really good mods. Unfortunately, if you are playing on console, it's a bullseye. This is what you could have won sort of price. So my apologies for that. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit the like button, consider subscribing. That would be absolutely awesome. I imagine the next stream we're going to be doing will most likely be on Tuesday evening, but I will advertise that as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to go and get this little man to bed there, pressing that button. Don't forget to check out the Discord server if you haven't already, link in the description. Social media channels, send your pictures for Locomotive Location Livery to dabrow.co.uk. All of that good stuff. Thank you, and good night.